friends, Vika here. Today I'm going to be talking about the Strange the Dreamer series by Laini Taylor. So it's a duology. It consists of Strange the Dreamer and Muse of Nightmares. So this first part is going to be spoiler free and just like kind of what this book and series is about, and then I'll let you guys know when to stop watching if you haven't read the series, and then I'm just going to be talking about the book and what I like. It'll be spoilers, so like a book talk, shall I say. So what Strange the Dreamer is about is basically this librarian named Laszlo Strange, hence the name Strange the Dreamer, and he basically is a dreamer. He is obsessed with this long lost city of Weep, but the thing is, Weep is a long lost city. No one remembers the name of it. There's like very little history about it and known to this place where he's from. He's obsessed with uncovering the truth about it, but the thing is, one day a caravan from this city of Weep comes, and he's trying to get on this caravan and go back to the city of Weep. That's essentially what the first book is about. I'm not going to talk about what the second book is about because that's going to spoil what the first book was, you know? If you want to know more, what I really did like about this book was the writing style. It was super lyrical, it was super beautiful. The world building was insanely good and it was amazing. This is fantasy, by the way, so if you're not into fantasy, you probably won't be into this. Again, with the writing style, it's super easy to follow. Like, it's a very vivid picture in your head. It's like watching a movie almost. It's like, it's wonderful. That's all I gotta say. It's like, this is my first Laini Taylor experience, I believe, and it was an experience. What I didn't like about it though was how it does fall into the trap of certain like common YA themes and downfalls, in my opinion, kind of insta love and star-crossed lovers kind of thing. That isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just something I don't enjoy, but if you do enjoy that, I mean, it won't bother you. That's literally it. The characters, they're pretty well developed, and you understand their motivations. Even like the villains in the story, like you understand where they're coming from, and you still hate them, but like you're valid in their hating them. It's like you understand and you can sympathize with any character because they're just so well structured. What is also cool about this book and series is there's a lot of representation, and it's not like thrown in your face. Like, there's mental illness, there's physical disabilities, there's like sexual and gender, like anything you can possibly imagine, and not anything, but like if you can picture it, it's probably in this book. The thing is, it's like I feel like it was well done. I know like currently or like these past few years, having representation is a selling point for books, and in these books, like, it wasn't focused on it. Like, that's not how these books were advertised. That's not the point of these books. It's just there, and it's so well done and represented. I feel like that, like, it's how it is in normal society and in everyday life, you know? Like, it's not just thrown in your face. Oh, this person, they have PTSD, and so that's like the whole premise of the story. But these characters, they're characters, and they're flawed, and they have certain struggles, and they have certain like characteristics, and that's a part of who they are. It is not who they are. You get what I'm saying? And so I really liked how the author did that. So yeah, it's like very low-key in how it represents every single thing that it represents, and I feel like that is the correct way to do it, rather than just like throwing it in your face, you know? Because like if you meet someone who has like a mental illness like OCD or something like that, like, they are not their illness, they are not OCD, you know what I mean? It's like, this is such a random tangent, but I feel like this needs to be talked about more, just so like authors get the message. Like, I understand wanting to bring like light to a certain thing, but like that shouldn't be the main focus necessarily all the time. And if you're gonna do that, make sure you do it right. Yeah. That's literally it. So yeah, this next whole part is gonna be spoilers. So that's what Strange the Dreamer is about. If you're not interested, you're not interested, and just stop right there. Or you can continue watching, because I'm gonna spoil a ton of stuff I'm just gonna talk about. But I have warned you, spoilers ahead. Okay. So I'll also mention when I get to the second book, so talking about the second book. So if you have read the first book and haven't read the second book yet, I'll let you know when to dip out this video. Okay. So what I really did enjoy about Strange Dreamers, kind of how I mentioned how like the villain, Thion Nero, at least one of them, he was so well developed. Like, I really did not like him. I don't think anyone really did, but you understood his motivations, and like the more the story progressed, the more you understood, and his character was built. It wasn't just like he's bad because he's mean, you know, like but he was so well created, and I really liked it. And all the perspectives also in the books, because like there were multiple perspectives, right? Like it was from Sarai and Nero and Laszlo and everything like that, but there were like specific perspectives. You know, sometimes you can't tell the tone of voice differently, but like you could, it was well done enough to the point where like they were different characters, and so the different perspectives were different perspectives. You get what I'm saying? Like I said, what I didn't like was the whole insta love with Sarai and Laszlo. It was just so in your face and so instant, like instant. I get that both of these people are like hardcore dreamers and have never been in love and have never had the attention of another person of the opposite gender, but it was just so much and so in your face, and I really, really hate that, because it always seems to me like lust, not love, and like these two would do anything for each other because, you know, there's so much in love and whatever, and I really was really, really annoyed with that, and I was just like, this is so much. And same with Ruby and Farrell, like there was so much unnecessary smut, like I don't know, that's my opinion. If you enjoyed that whole aspect, let me know in the comments below and tell me why. It was just so teenage, young, lovey, which I guess they are young, and but it's like, yeah, I love you so much, I'm willing to sacrifice my whole life and do anything for you, even though we just met 2 days ago in my dream. You get what I'm saying? It's so weird. Also Minya, I hated Minya, but like, you righteously hate Minya, you know what I mean? She's just like, I like how they portrayed her as like her character is a bratty like 6-year-old, but with like the mind of like 17-year-old or whatever. But Minya was a good villain. She was a good like meanie head. Guess. Yeah, what else? Like I said, I like how there was lots of different like portrayals of different disabilities and representation, and it wasn't so in your face. Like Errol Fane had PTSD. His mom, I forgot her name, but she had like has missing her hand or her thumb, I can't remember, but like physical disability right there. And then we also had like a lesbian and stuff like that. But I also like, I understood the dilemma in the book, and I liked it and I appreciated it, and the building and the setup was so great, and like you can picture this world and you can picture this problem of like this whole society that's trying to move on from their dark past, but like it's literally right above their heads, like the whole all the big reminder of it, you know, like and they just want it gone and they just want to move on, and I really like that. Did not like the whole second half with the whole insta love thing. I'm just telling you, that was my biggest pet peeve. I also appreciated how this book started, how it ended, but since the book is so long, you kind of forgot that it started that way, and then towards the end I remembered like the beginning, and I was just, you know, when stuff goes down, where Sarai goes down, you remember like the first chapter or like the prologue, and how the prologue is really technically like the end of the book, you know. That's pretty cool. Let me know if I forgot anything about the first book. That's basically my thoughts and what I enjoyed and what I didn't enjoy necessarily. Let me know in the comments below what you did and didn't enjoy about the first book. I'm gonna start talking about the second book, and there's gonna be spoilers in that one, so if you have not read the second book, just stop watching this video right now, please. That is my warning, first and last. And so yeah, Muse of Nightmares. So it started off, you know, how like Minya, she bound Sarai's soul, right? And so that whole first part of the book, I was like, oh heck no, oh heck no, oh heck no, because like I was so worried that this book was gonna be like the whole like, I said I don't like how like two characters are willing to sacrifice, go to the ends of the earth, and like willing to kill millions or thousands of people just because they love this one person they met not even like 2 weeks ago. I was like, oh, I really hope this whole story does not go in that direction, and I was worried, and I honestly thought that that's where it was going, because, you know, Laszlo is supposed to, because he has the ability to manipulate Byzantium. Yeah. I forgot how to say the word. Byzantium. Silly goose. He couldn't manipulate Byzantium. That's a city. is just gonna manipulate him because she holds Rai's soul in her hands. And I was like, this is gonna be one of those books where like you're gonna go to that, sacrifice thousands of lives of people who literally took you in as their own, accepted you, and gave you like meaning basically, and now you're gonna throw that all away before a girl you just met because she's the first one that gave you attention. Like, oh my gosh, no, I hated that. And so I thought that was where it's going, but the whole side story of like the girl who's like trying to find her sister, I love that side story. I was so pleasantly surprised over the direction that the whole story went. I loved it. I really did. It was like, I mean, I would do the same for my sister, God knows that. Like, I would cross endless worlds and do crazy things for my sister because, you know, I didn't meet my sister 2 weeks ago. You know, I met her her entire life, not my entire life. And so it's like, I love that side story. I wish I heard more of it, like, because the whole main storyline, it was kind of, you know, very teenagery, and I didn't enjoy that. I mean, I still gave the book like 4 or 5 stars, but it just irritated me. I was just like, let's go back to the other storyline. This is so exciting. It's super fun, and I really did like where the story ended up. I did the ending and just how it all ended. They're gonna go across the galaxies and stuff like that to go search for the other children, the brothers and sisters who were sold. That like all your questions got answered, like what were they doing with those kids and stuff like that. And so yeah, I was pleasantly surprised where it ended up. This book leaves nothing, you're not left wanting more answers and wanting more. I mean, sure, like I wouldn't mind another book where like they're on their adventures finding these kids and stuff like that, or they're these long lost people and liberating them in these worlds where they were sold as slaves. But other than that, like, you're not left wanting, you know, and you get closure in the book, and I really like that. But as I was saying, like the whole ending, it gave me like Guardians of Galaxy feels. I don't know why, but it just did. Let me know if you got that too. That's honestly basically it. That's what I thought. That's what I enjoyed, what I didn't like. Did you guys feel the same way? Because all I was getting was just like unnecessary smut half of the book. I was like, what the heck? Like, why is this here? It's not adding to the story at all. It's just like, yeah, I kind of skipped over that part quite a bit. I'm pretty biased to that kind of stuff, so that's just me. Let me know if you guys have read the series, what you thought. Yeah, cool fun fact though, I bought this at Powell's, and so the author Laini Taylor is apparently from Portland, and so this is an ARC. I didn't know I had purchased an ARC, but it's basically the same. So yeah, it was pretty cool. It's my first ever ARC. Okay, I'll see you guys all soon.